Yo, yo, what's going on, guys? It's Fresh and Smooth here on Fresh and Smooth Boxing TV. Excuse me, the best boxing show in Las Vegas, man. Stop playing with us. But
That's right.
we got some big news here today, man. Let's get into it.
Yeah, man. WBC came out with their list of fights that they want to see, and that they're mandating for the next opportunity to fight for the championship. So we're gonna go over the list. We're gonna go over what we think about the fights, the probability of actually the fights happening. Just because something gets mandated doesn't mean that
Doesn't
does
mean it'll
happen.
always happen. Yeah, exactly.
But it in order to get the fight, the title fight is what they want to see and what usually happens. Okay.
Well, they're trying to get a little strict on this, so I'm hoping that
sure.
boundaries are knocked down and barriers are broken because we're trying to see these fights, man. This is a sick lineup right here.
Right. So and one good thing about it that's happening is a lot of the networks are working with each other to make the fights happen because they understand that the fans they could be displeased and not happy with the fights not being made and not happening. So we're gonna go over the list, man, real fast. We're gonna run through them. It's gonna be an exciting show, guys. Hit that subscribe, hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel, support the channel. First one, man. First one. Let's go through it. Let me see here. 1 second.
Go.
First one.
We got Deontay Wilder, 43-2, one draw, 42 KOs, man. Boy can punch. Then we got versus Andy Ruiz, the Punisher, 35-2, 22 KOs. My take on it, and I look at their past opponents, man. They both fought Luis Ortiz, man. Andy Ruiz won by unanimous decision. Deontay Wilder KO'd him. So, I mean, obviously we see he has to watch out for that power, man. And how's he going to get inside on him? He's a long fighter. This just makes for a very tough matchup in my eyes. I mean, this is a good one right here for sure.
It's definitely it's an interesting fight. Andy Ruiz is no stranger to fighting taller guys, longer guys. He's been doing it his whole career. In the heavyweight division, but man, and then Deontay Wilder, obviously for WBC, he's been WBC champion, most of his career, so he's no stranger to fighting for the WBC. Yeah, I told you before, I'm not the biggest Wilder fan, man. He obviously has crazy power, and I really think it's because of his athleticism that he does possess, and in this last fight he actually came in thinner. Than his fights with Tyson Fury, and I feel like this one, I think either way it's gonna be a knockout. It's gonna be a knockout. Andy Ruiz does have a sneaky way of punching on top of your jab.
He punches when you punch, kind of like
right with David Ortiz. Every time he would throw his left hand, he would punch on top of it. So he's sneaky. He has fast hands.
Yeah, but hear me out. So the thing with this is, to me, it's just that Deontay Wilder is so strong, and he's been working on other things. Like you can see he's working with his new coach with defense, different movements he's making. Like he didn't get to show them off in this fight because it ended so quickly. His last fight, you know what I mean? So now that makes it harder for Ruiz, who doesn't really know what he knows because he didn't show his arsenal in the last fight because he knocked him out in the first round.
And Ruiz's chin has also been, he's been getting touched a lot, and every time it kind of gets touched, he's been getting dropped too. Yeah.
But Smooth, you feel me on that though? Like you know what I mean? Like he's been working on new things and we haven't seen it because he knocked. He has.
I mean, he has. It's just he got to show me. He got to show me these new things because in his last couple fights, obviously before this, he was out here and complaining about. Let's not, the outfit being too heavy and not having the legs.
He learned a lot of new things. We just haven't seen it. You know what I mean? So yeah, he got to show me, but it's there. Trust me, I promise you.
All right. Well, the winner of this gets another shot at Tyson Fury, who is the WBC champion. And Tyson Fury said that he's open for the fourth fight between
Usyk and him.
Between Usyk and him. Oh, no. The fourth fight between him and Wilder. He's down to fight Wilder.
Oh, he's interested in that?
Yeah, he said he's down to fight Wilder one more time. Wilder said he's down to fight him one more time.
Listen, man, that man might got his number. He better leave him alone.
He believes he cheated, which is a shame.
That's
And I don't know, man. I think the last 2 fights he was outmatched and outboxed. He did get lucky sometimes. I don't say lucky, but he did manage to hurt Tyson Fury a couple times. But Tyson Fury, I mean, he beat him bad both times. Beat him
Well,
up
my thing,
bad.
I was at the last fight, the last trilogy fight, and Wilder had his moments in between, but throughout the whole fight, Fury was winning the whole fight, like he was dominating.
Right.
But then Wilder knocked him down. Like I just think he has his number in some kind of weird way. You know what I mean?
It's just he's Tyson Fury is a master. He's really a good boxer. He's a master boxer.
But Smooth, you ever see like it's been passed down in generations of boxing. Like somebody just got your number. Like Shane Mosley losing tights to Vernon Forrest. Like some people just got your number, man. You never know. I mean, we'll see if they fight again. I mean, but not to be off topic with this Wilder and Ruiz, man. But
that's the implications of this fight. The winner gets a shot at the championship. For WBC, the heavyweight championship is presently, held by the big man Tyson Fury, and I've always been a big Tyson Fury. But let's get into this next one, man. Let's get into this next one. Firefight right here. Firefight right here.
Shakur Stevenson, man. Jersey stand up. 19-0, 9 KOs versus Isaak Cruz, man. The Pit Bull, 24-2. 1 draw, 17 wins by big KO. Look, man. Look, today at boxing, coach, I was talking to my coach about this fight, and he said this is going to be a tough fight for Shakur Stevenson, and I personally agree with him because Shakur is moving up in weight, and this guy is like the bully of bullies at this weight, man. The way he
bullies guys. He got that big head too.
Shakur probably gonna say, "I'm gonna be hitting on that all night." You know what I mean?
All night.
But like I say, man, it's just styles make fights, and I think that with that pressure style, it gives boxers trouble. Shakur is a pure boxer. So how is he gonna rise to this occasion? I think it's a beautiful fight. I mean, it's gonna show where his heart's at and where his skills are really at in boxing.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna. Pitbull gives everybody a tough fight, man. No one's ever gonna look good fighting this guy. But if there's anybody that could look good, it's gonna be Shakur. If anybody can make an easy fight out of Pitbull, it will be Shakur. Let me tell you.
Absolutely, I agree. But styles make fights, and it's been proven time and time again that boxers have trouble with these kind of inside fighting, aggressive, wild throwing, literally Pitbull style.
Right. So
this is gonna be a good one. What do you think?
Yeah, so it would definitely be Shakur, the one that could show off. It's really it's for Shakur to show off. Hey, this guy's giving everybody a tough fight. He's knocking guys out left and right viciously. No one really wants to get in there with him, truthfully, because of his style and his aggressiveness. It's hard to deal with someone like him and his ferociousness, but Shakur, as you saw on Twitter, is game for any fight, and I believe Shakur fights him and gives him as much as he wants to give him, as far as what kind of fight it would be. If Shakur wants to make it a tough fight on himself, he'll go in there and he'll go on the inside with him. If Shakur wants to have an easy fight, he'll fight him on the outside. I just feel like Shakur is a master boxer, and at some points it's almost like he decides whether he wants fights to be easy for him or not. The only fights out there to me that could give Shakur issues is a Devin Haney and Lomachenko. Yeah. To be honest with you, I just feel like guys like Cruz, as good as they are kind of limited into what bag they can get into, and I think Shakur he's just. Listen. But you never know. I mean, he is going up with
No, you're right. You got valid.
That he's going to have the power to actually keep this man off.
This is the beauty of it, and that's why it's a must-watch TV, because he can get in there and this guy could be mauling him all over him. He can't let his hands go. He's bouncing him into the corner.
What if he hurt him with one of them big hooks like he hit his last guy and just knocked him completely out?
So, my personal opinion is I see Shakur outboxing him in a tough boxing match. It's kind of a brawl boxing. Like he's going to be working, but he's going to be getting hit too. So that's why I say if he gets hit with something, where's his chin at 135? Because he's coming from 130. Let's not forget that.
Where's his chin at? Right.
So, this is a beautiful one right here.
All right. Well, that looks like it's
And then after the loss to Tank Davis, Isaac Cruz is coming off 2 good wins, and one of them, Yuriorkis Gamboa. I mean, even though Gamboa's not in his prime, I mean, he whooped on him.
Yeah. They talked about
and Shakur did not look great against how you say it, Concesio.
What do you mean he didn't look great? He made that fight what he wanted to be. Like if he wanted to make that fight easier, he could have. But Concesio was a tough fighter, and Shakur, he wanted the knockout because he was in Newark. But I believe he made that fight.
But he didn't look great. I didn't say that. He wasn't. He that's how he wanted to fight. He didn't look great. That's all I say. You know what I mean?
I'm over here defending Shakur.
No, dude, that's good.
I'm over here ready to subscribe for Shakur. Look, man, I'm just the biggest Shakur fan, man. I think Shakur is my favorite. He's my favorite fighter. So, we'll talk about pound for pound later. But
listen, he made the fight harder than it had to be. But I'm saying, what if he goes in there and makes this fight hard? Then they asked Bob Arum about the fight, and Bob Arum said that he doubts that Pitbull people are going to want to fight Shakur. Not a lot of people want to fight Shakur. So, because if you want a road to becoming champion for him, it's not the Shakur route that he needs to be taken. So, because then it's kind of like they make him
he's down to make the fight if they want the fight.
Yeah, but you're saying that Cruz will be like a stepping stone kind of thing. He doesn't want that.
Right. I mean, WC mandated it for if then the winner probably gets a shot at an interim belt or gets a shot, obviously get a shot at Devin Haney, because Devin Haney has a WBC championship. So we'll see if they make the fight. I know Shakur is out there hungry for anybody. He'll take on any challenges at 135.
Another thing, I say he didn't look good against Concesio, but Valadez, when he fought Valadez, he looked really good, and that's another pressure fighter. He outboxed him. So let's not take anything away from Shakur here. I'm just saying that I believe he could have had a better performance against his last opponent, but maybe he made it a tough fight. Let's see what he does here if the fight gets made. So that's all I'm saying.
Let's get into this next one. Not to forget, before we jump into this one, not to forget. Well, go ahead.
All right, we got Teofimo Lopez, man, 17-1, 13 KOs versus Sandor Martin, 40-2, 13 KOs. He's ranked number 6 by the WBO. Martin is he's been pretty active in his last 5 fights. The last fight was against Jose Felix Jr. April. He won by unanimous decision. Do I really like this fight? Not too much. I feel like Teofimo could have took on somebody better, but that's just my personal opinion. After he fought Pedro Campo last August, after the loss to Kambosos, he looked good in that fight, but I feel like there's more opposition out there for him in this weight class that he could be taking on. Me personally, that's just my personal opinion. I don't feel like.
Sandor Martin's, he paid his dues. His notable win was against Mikey Garcia, and I feel like he lost that fight. To be honest with you, I don't know what the judges were. I don't know. That was some home cooking. I don't know what that was, but Mikey Garcia, he didn't get the job done at the end of the day. Martin hung on there and he got the win. So I think this is a good fight for him. Just to stay busy fight. Martin is a tough contender.
Another thing is the other guy has a lot of fights, man. He has a lot more experience, so maybe that could play a part. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Teofimo got Jose Pedraza to deal with. He got Pedraza to deal with December 10th. MSG, I believe. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna go over that on another episode. That's an exciting tough fight. I like Pedraza. Pedraza's a good boxer. Yeah, he's caught an L too, but. He's on his comeback, so we'll cover that. But Teofimo got to get past that one.
They're trying to rebuild Teofimo after a bad loss. You kind of got to give him, don't throw him to the wolves completely. You know what I'm saying? So, hey.
Right. So, yeah, let's get into this next one. Brandon Figueroa Jr. Against Cool Boy Stephen Fulton, my favorite.
I got a Stephen Fulton, 21-0. 8 wins by KO versus Brandon Figueroa, 2, man. 23-1 and 1 draw, 18 KOs. So I don't really.
Let me start this one off. Yeah. Let me start this one off. So basically, these guys had, to me, what could have been fight of the year the first time around. And he took his WBC belt from him. You know, he really broke his heart. To me, broke his heart. Like Brandon Figueroa moved up to 126, and he didn't look good in his last fight. Okay,
still got the knockout.
He did not look good, but the WBC wants to mandate this fight. This is at 126. If Fulton wants to move up to 126, I know Fulton, you know, he may want to become undisputed at 122. Yeah, he has one more guy that has the other two belts. He has to fight, and then he would have to go through Brandon Figueroa to become champion at WBC. So we will see that again, and I would love to see this fight again. I mean, this fight was just. I mean,
it was very exhausting to watch. They threw so many punches. I was tired at the end of the fight.
It was beautiful, and I think Fulton beats him easier even this time around. I think he beats him easier. I think Fulton got his number after that first one. It wouldn't be an easy fight for him, but
I don't think you're giving Figueroa enough credit, man. He fought
his ass off, man. It's not I'm not giving enough credit. It's when someone beats you.
Yeah, but he didn't beat him conventionally. I think he's so
frustrated at the fact that he didn't get that first decision. The second time around, Fulton's gonna exploit the fact that he mentally he's gonna be mentally beat.
I don't feel like he whooped him convincingly.
No, he didn't whip him convincingly. And a lot of people got Figueroa winning that fight. For a lot of people saying Figueroa won that fight, but the fact that he lost in the judges' eyes, he's gonna come in that fight not knowing exactly what he did wrong the first fight, because in his eyes he won that fight. And it was a very, very close fight. I just feel like Fulton landed a lot of cleaner shots, and he did edge that fight. But second time around, I mean, it all depends. If they fight in California, they got some depending on the judges.
Right? He can either go that route and be defeated mentally, or he can get on his bully and come in there and really, come in there guns blazing. So that's what I see happening.
Stephen Fulton, he's definitely going to be in the pound list pretty soon, man. The guy he's incredible. He's from Philly, Me
personally, I would like to see him unify and then fight the monster. You know what I mean? For double undisputed.
So they're asking him about Inoue. What he thinks about Inoue. Inoue's has to fight Paul Butler for undisputed, and then Inoue, they're hoping that he moves up to 122 to where then he will run into Steve 7. If he wants to become champion at 122, he has to go through Cool Boy Steph.
And hopefully by that point he has all the belts. If he can get through Figueroa and then go back and take care of the business. I mean, that'd be a beautiful fight.
Right. Well, no, he doesn't have to fight Figueroa now. He has to fight the other guy that has the 202 belts. Okay, he has a really hard name, Akbar, some real hard name, but I got his name in here. But after that, then it's game time. It's game time with Inoue. I'd rather see Steph and Inoue, and then Steph go up to 126 and run into Figueroa one more time. That'd be great.
You can take care of that business after him, because they've never been a double undisputed champ. So that's
double undisputed champ.
That could be great for the sport of boxing, Amazing. We got a lot going on in that weight class, and that's just a possibility of a fight. So let's get into this next one.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Let me just say. No, go ahead. All right.
Well, look, I'm gonna just introduce these guys here, man. We got the Truth Errol Spence Jr., 28-0, 22 big wins by KO, versus Keith one-time Thurman, man, 30-1, 22 KOs. Go ahead, jump into it. Let's go.
Yeah. So we were talking about this one before. We were hoping it was happen in December. I think out of the 3 mandatories that Spence has, this is the one that he's going to take, because this is the one that makes most monetarily sense. Obviously, he'll get a lot more for fighting Thurman, because Thurman is a big name. I think they will get a lot of sponsors, a lot of pay-per-view buys, because Keith Thurman can sell a fight like no one else can. And Thurman, he hasn't came out and said too much, but I'm pretty sure. But I know Thurman's game. He's game for this fight. He's obviously looked at as the underdog, and that's only going to push him even harder. And I think Thurman gives Spence a fight that people are not expecting he can give him. He could definitely box. He could definitely move. He has great legs. We've known that. The only part is that can he take the attack to the body that Spence is going to bring? Can Spence adjust to Thurman's movement? Which Spence has a good way of just nullifying people's movements with that jab and that constant pressure. He cuts off the ring pretty well. But yeah, man, I'm just here for it, man. I'm just excited to see Spence back in the ring. You know, anytime Spence is in the ring, it's so exciting because the guy puts on great fights.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at it like this, man. I look at previous opponents, and they both fight Danny Garcia, and the way Spence beat Garcia coming out of the car accident. So you saying, he lost something in that accident, and he came back and whooped Danny Garcia way better than Thurman did, because Thurman, he won a split decision against him. You know what I mean? So I mean, me personally,
I mean, he did whoop Danny and coming out of the accident too. He took it.
yeah. So I mean, and you got to think Spence is only getting better. Like with training, look what he did to Ugas after that. Wow, he's just getting better as a fighter. So I really personally think he's going to make Thurman fight where he wants him to fight at, and just break him down with the jab and shots to the body. Thurman ain't been looking too good to me, man, and that's inactivity plays a big part. He's been fighting. He's been fighting junior welterweights and not looking great. I mean, come on now. You fighting the truth here. It's going to be real. It's going to be very eye-opening, you know?
Yeah, definitely going to be out. And Thurman usually gets hurt to the body a lot. So, Spence is a body snatcher type of a guy. He goes low, comes up. I mean, his whole style is body first.
And plot twist, we're talking about something else after all these WBCs, and y'all going to see why I'm talking the way I'm talking. But
so yeah, man, he has to defend the belt. They're talking about him going franchise, but to not defend. But I don't see him, petitioning for franchise to not defend. Why would he? He needs a fight. He's not going to 154. So not right now, not until he runs into Crawford. So
I just think they're taking these two fights, Crawford and him. They're taking step up, step down fights to just get back to negotiation.
Hey, no step. This ain't a step down fight. Hold on, this ain't a step down fight. You know that. Thurman's not a step down. He's a former 2-division world champion, and neither is Abinesian.
I just meant step down as far as like not those two fight each other. Like step down.
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying. I'm messing.
I'm not saying that Thurman ain't the truth. You know what I mean? I mean Thurman is one time. He's proven himself. His only loss is to Manny Pacquiao, and I believe he still does have some in the tank. But how much is in the tank? And Spence will bring out. We're going to see exactly what is left in the tank if they do fight.
Yep. All right, let's get into this next one. We kind of already covered this one. But do you want to introduce him?
Yeah. We got David Benavidez, 26-0, 23 wins by KO.
AZ.
El Bandero Rojo.
That's right.
Versus Caleb Sweetie Plants. 22-1, 13 KOs, man. I'm gonna just jumpstart this one off. This is very good for boxing. This is big for boxing, just because we got the best fighting, the best in their divisions. I believe these two guys right here are the number 2 and 3 guys. And once the smoke clears, if they do get in the ring, I mean, when they do fight early next year, it's gonna show that who's number 2 and who's number 3, and what's next as far as in boxing. The best fighting the best. Obviously Benavidez is long and strong. Caleb Plant can box. And I mean, like I say, it could be a long night for either one of them. This
is an amazing fight, man. This is gonna make Caleb Plant dig even deeper than he ever dug before. And he wants to fight because he wants to show people that he is who you think he isn't. He's that guy. And he's going to have to bring it all.
Smooth. You got to respect him for taking this challenge, man.
You got to respect him. So
you got to think, if Canelo broke him down, then he goes and fights, to me, somebody stronger, longer, bigger. I mean, this guy, man, he's dragging his nuts on the floor.
He's fearless.
But, this David Benavidez wants to be champion again. He wants the Canelo fight. He wants legacy. Caleb Plant wants to avenge the Canelo loss, and he's on that comeback run. He's ferocious right now. So I mean, this is great stuff right here, man.
All right, let's get into this next one. Oh, actually, was that it? I think that's it. For now. We got one more, right?
Yeah, Sebastian Fundora.
Oh yeah, Sebastian Fundora and Tony Harrison. I'm a big fan of Tony Harrison, man. I love Tony Harrison. He got that loss to Jamel, but Tony Harrison can box his ass off. He's tough. He's gonna have to bring it all against Sebastian the Inferno Fundora. Sebastian Fundora.
The guy that likes to sit in the phone booth, that ain't taking no breaks.
Right.
Southpaw, throwing 1,000 punches. I mean, you're gonna have to come with your A game, and it still might not be enough. But like you say, Harrison can box. Fundora, I don't like how Fundora abandons his boxing skills and just goes to war. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're gonna need that one day. You never know what you're gonna run up against. So maybe that could be this. You know, this could be his toughest challenge. You know, I think it's a great fight.
I mean, this could be his toughest challenge. I know Harrison is game. He wants to get back to contender. Yeah. So he's definitely going to. I mean, he knows he needs to win this fight in order to get another shot at Jamel.
Well, you can't really
he
say
feels like
he's not.
And then just so you know, that second fight with Jamel Charlo, he was getting in Jamel Charlo ass that second fight. Before Jamel caught him and knocked him out, that was a great fight. So I think he has full confidence that he could beat Jamel.
Well, let's not say he's trying to get back to contender. He's a contender because if they're obviously ordering this fight right here.
No, yeah, if they order this fight and he wins this fight, then
he got to come in there.
He got Jamel next. He got Jamel. The WBC got him next. So Jamel got to deal with him one more time, and Jamel does not like to deal with Tony Harris. Tony Harris gave him his first loss, and then the second fight was putting hands on Jamel. So yeah, I'm super excited to see what happens.
You got to get the boogeyman first, man. This guy to me is the boogeyman. I ain't never seen nothing like it. I'm telling you,
never seen nothing like him. Yeah, he's different. He's scary for sure. So that's it, man. That wraps up this episode. We just want to cover the WBC mandates because boxing right now is super exciting. In December we got tons of great fights. December 10th, I know we got Teofimo Lopez fighting, got Terrence Crawford fighting, and there's a couple more fights that I'm forgetting right now. But December is looking really, really good for boxing. December 17th on Showtime.
We got that Showtime card, December 17th.
Yep. So that's going to be a killer. We're going to go over that card.
We'll be covering that one later as well. We'll build up to that and cover that as well. But just for the WBC mandates, these are the fights that they want put together. So we're all here for it. I love the lineup, and I'm waiting to hear more, man. I'm excited.
Hit that subscribe, man. Hit that subscribe. Support the channel, man.
Fresh and Smooth Boxing TV. We're on Spotify, Instagram, and YouTube, man. We out.